What up, it's Dane here. In this video I'm going to be telling you how to maintain your strength while dieting, and of course, like I always tell you, strength does correlate with muscle gain for natural guys, right? So that's a good indicator, right? So let's get this started. So basically, how to maintain your strength on a cut. First of all, the mistakes people make is this: their deficit. The deficit, I'm sure you already know, is how many calories you need to eat per day in order to lose weight, right? And when people set their deficit way too aggressive, meaning say you do 15 times your body weight in pounds, that will take you to your maintenance calories, and once you have that, you minus by like 1,000. That's a big deficit, meaning the bigger your deficit when it comes to fat loss, the more strength you're actually going to lose rapidly, right? So it's going to almost be like a linear graph. So keep that in mind. So mistake number one is people go way too aggressive when it comes to fat loss. And am I really saying you should not go aggressive? Absolutely not. If someone's obese, if someone's very overweight, then like by going in a 200 calorie deficit every single day, they're not going to see results very fast, right? And it's going to be like not giving that instant gratification. So not to go too much onto that, however, if you want to maintain your strength the most while cutting, I suggest you don't go below 25% of that deficit. Meaning, say you do 15 times your body weight in pounds, that will give you your maintenance calories minus about 500, right? That should be a good number. You don't want to go to 1,000, right? That's going about over 25%, so do not do that. Now, mistake number two, way too much volume. People train with way too much more volume when they come to dieting, cutting, because I guess they're still following this old bodybuilding myth or something where when you diet you got higher reps to get toned, and in fact it's the complete opposite, right? So when you diet, I recommend you reduce the volume, and some people say increase the volume, I say reduce it. Again, some people might have other opinions, however I'm basing this on research, again coming from Lyle McDonald as well. So definitely decrease your training frequency, obviously meaning how many times you train per week, and then really increase the intensity. For example, say you do, at the moment you're in a calorie surplus, you've been eating calories a lot, you're training 6 days per week, we want to reduce that to about 3 days per week. Maybe you can do full body workouts three days per week instead of say push pull legs, right? So there again, we're reducing the training frequency, however our volume load will still be more or less the same. However, our main aim when it comes to maintaining strength and increasing strength is obviously the intensity. And when I mean intensity, this is just, it says it in the word, right? So if it's a high intensity, it'll be like 3 to 5 reps. If it's a really low intensity, you're lifting lighter weights with higher reps. So here we're really concentrating on strength, right? And the number one reason, well, I believe as well, or not the one of the reasons why people actually lose a lot of strength while cutting is because psychologically they think, okay, so I'm going in a deficit now, even if it's just like a 500 calorie deficit, right? They just think, okay, I'm going on a deficit now and I'm just going to lose strength. I'll just reduce all the way on the bar, I wouldn't even try to maintain it. Now this is a big mistake, always trying to maintain your strength on a diet. Now let's get into number 3, doing too much cardio. So we have the deficit and we have too much training volume. The third one is way too much cardio. I see this all the time, people busting their ass off trying to lose this weight, man. It's ridiculous, and I do understand it, right? And there does come a time and place for this. For example, I've done it on my mini cut before, right? I've done cardio about 3 times per week, and that's not even really that much, is it? And it was low impact cardio. So if you want to maintain your strength as well, I do recommend low impact cardio, meaning walking or something like this that's just low impact and won't affect your recovery. Because if you're training 3 times per week, say full body, and you're doing cardio say 4 times per week, high intensity interval training, yeah, good luck recovering for your lower body sessions especially. So yeah, keep that in mind. So the 3 factors we have that is going to impact your strength, maintenance, or even gains, because some people do actually come off their cut with some gains, especially if you're a beginner. Here goes. Calorie deficit is set way too high, right? Set the calorie deficit moderate, no less than 25%. Second, why did I say that so fast? Yeah, number 2 is reduce that training frequency, increase the intensity. Now, the third one, cardio. Don't bust your ass off doing too much cardio. Space it out, block it. Say for example you do Monday cardio, let's say weights, maybe the next day, and then a rest day, and repeat. So you have still time to recover, because cardio, especially if you do high intensity cardio, which I don't usually recommend, especially if your calorie deficit is very aggressive, it will definitely impact your weight. So keep that in mind. We don't want to do that when it comes to maintaining muscle mass. So coming to the end of the video, a very important thing, like I said at the start of the video, a good indicator when it comes to how much muscle mass you will lose is how fast your strength degrades, right? Meaning, if you go on, say, a 1,000 calorie deficit, your strength is probably going to decrease quite fast if you do it for a prolonged period of time. Now, just before I end the video, I'm going to give you one big bonus tip, right? And this is not against some marketing shit, this is some real truth tip, right? So, the biggest and one of the biggest important factors when people lose muscle is this: their protein intake. Some people go on a diet of a protein intake of about 0.8 grams, and in my opinion this is way too low. Minimum, I recommend 1 gram per pound of body weight. If you go in a 1,000 calorie deficit, remember 15 times your body weight in pounds to get that maintenance, minus 500 is a recommendation, a recommended amount that I would suggest. However, if you minus 1,000 calorie deficit, I would recommend a protein intake of 1.2 grams per pound of body weight. The reason being is because you really want to try and spare as much muscle as you can. And the second reason being is protein is satiating and it does fill you up way more than, say, simple carbohydrates like a piece of fruit. It does make sense. So anyway, that's the deal. If you liked the video, if you found it informative, you already know what to do down below. Leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, 3 videos a day. If that's too much value for you, man, I'm sorry, man. I'm not really sorry. Pick one, just pick one video. I suggest you pick 3 if you want to get swole, aesthetics, whatever. Anyway, I want to hit a mini cut soon anyway, because I'm looking a bit fat. So anyway, you already know the deal, man. Stay positive, stay smiling, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.